All right, before we change subjects, I got to go to Donna Rustgrove on my Twitter page. She says, will we be able to watch the Netanyahu speech to Congress on Tuesday on TV? Where and what time? Right here on the Fox News channel. Tuesday. Now, we're told at this point that the Prime Minister of Israel is set to talk with Congress at about 11 a.m. Eastern, so right before we get started on Outnumbered. So we'll have all the news for you there. That's Tuesday, so watch Fox News for sure. All right, moving on. A partial shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security looms. I feel like we're doing last Sunday's show because it was happening then.
Never ends.
House Speaker John Boehner remains positive he can lead his caucus on tactics tying DHS funding to his fight against President Obama's immigration policy, essentially amnesty for millions of people who are here illegally is how it's been put. But some critics in his own party are insisting on a clean bill, separating those two things. The Fox News political insiders are here. Pat, Doug, and John. Pat, I'm going to start with you and your thoughts on this.
Well, my first thought, excuse me, is that, no, I'm all right. I'm okay. I was just swallowing something. My first thought is if someone came from Mars and was not aware, they would look at the American political scene and say, oh, Obama and the Democrats won a landslide in November and the Republicans were slaughtered. These people are beyond incompetent. And what they have done is painted themselves in the corner. They got a judge that gave them a way out. They won't use that. The reason is because they never made the narrative. Remember one thing. Public opinion is against what the president is doing in giving, particularly in the benefits, and they are particularly against his doing it without Congress. The Republicans have never made that narrative before or after the election. They've never made their case, and they are getting just beaten up because they look incompetent.
So two positives, though, even though there wasn't much there from what you said about Republicans, John, is that they are doing what they said they were going to do. They're fighting the president on immigration and this idea of executive amnesty, if you will, for millions of people who are here illegally. Yeah. They're doing that, and they're doing it with one of the tools in their toolbox that people may not like. Yeah. But it's not going to stop. 200,000 of those 230,000 workers that are essential are still going to go on the job.
I know.
Even if, we reach midnight on Friday and the money's not there. The other thing is, and this is kind of what I'm curious about, what options do they have? What else is in that toolbox?
Well, first of all, Harris, they also said they were going to get rid of Obamacare every year. They've been saying
the Supreme Court may do that for them.
But maybe. But they said they would get rid of it. And what did they do? The only thing they could come up with is shut the entire government down as a way to stop Obamacare, which didn't work.
So again, what else is in the toolbox?
Well, the original way they should have done this thing was do a bill that only funds everything in DHS except the immigration thing. But they didn't do that.
Oh.
They didn't do it.
That seems simple.
Yeah, well, they didn't do that.
The fact that
but that's different than what we're talking about with a clean bill now.
Right. Well, the fact that we can't get a clean bill now underscores what Pat was saying. This is calamitous for the Republican Party. It is calamitous for the United States. And most of all, given the telling list of initiatives that you read from Iran, the fight with ISIS, the fact that we're furloughing 15% of our Homeland Security people because we can't fund our government, what message, Harris, does that send to our adversaries overseas?
And again, but 200,000 of the essentials will be working without pay is what I'm understanding, but they're going to be on the job. Real quickly, I want to go to New York Congressman Peter King because he's kind of saying what you're saying, John, but boy, he said it strong. Watch this.
There's a wing within the Congress which is absolutely irresponsible. They have no concept of reality. Listen, I am as opposed to the president's immigration action as they are. But the fact is it's essential that we fund the Department of Homeland Security. For these people to be threatening to defund the Department of Homeland Security at a time when our threat streams have never been greater at any time since 9/11 is absolutely irresponsible.
So when that popped up on my TV this morning, I thought I was watching a Democrat.
Yeah. Well, no, but he's been saying this.
He's a patriot.
He's been saying it consistently, but it goes back to a year ago. During the election, if the Republicans had been talking about immigration, not negatively, but in a positive way, here's what we're going to do. Boom, boom, boom. And led the way on that, and then they won the election in part on that, they'd have a mandate to do something. They didn't talk about it. They ran away from it.
All right.
And that's what Pat said.
Okay, so they've kicked it down the can until Friday at midnight, which is just like last week.
Next week.
We'll see what's happening. We'll cover the news as it happens on this. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, did you hear? He won the CPAC straw poll for a third time. But analysts say don't count out Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker as a possible contender for 2016 and a strong one. The Fox News political insiders are coming right back.